There is a moment where time and space intersect eternity. We enter these moments at times by chance, at others by participation, and participation by celebration. These moments are the feasts and fasts observed at the Saint's Bar. Picture, if you will, a pub just outside downtown. It's not crowded when you enter, and the sign swinging over the door indicates this is the Saint's Bar. Today, a particularly rainy day in March, is St. Patrick's Day, so the relief from the crowd is welcome. At the counter, the barman asks if you know about St. Patrick. This time of year, people are all about the 10 facts you didn't know about Patrick. I don't want to tell you the new information, only the old information you might have forgotten. Patricius, son of Calpurnius, son of Potius, was, in his own words, a sinner and a rustic, never fully comfortable in Latin, with a faith formed in a field of suffering away from Europe's best educators. He sizes you up a moment. If you're wanting to feast a saint, you'll be wanting food. Due to the warmth of American hospitality when starvation threatened the lives of our people, Irish immigrants were forced to settle for corned beef when looking for bacon. Of course, Kilcannon is the obvious pick, with potatoes and cabbage being staples of the Irish diet. It has the added benefit of being an option for Friday. Now, we could get lost in the idea of Patrick as a jumping-off point to speak of the Irish diaspora, or to tell stories of a fable character with fairies shrieking around mountains or talking vegetables. There was a man in history who lived the life we celebrate and wrote his own story we can read. He was raised a Christian in Roman Britain, yet that same faith didn't mean anything in the soft comfort of home. It wasn't until Hibernian pirates kidnapped him and he'd spent 6 winters as a barefoot slave in the Ulster Hills that it became the only thing keeping him alive. He described having a dream that told him about a ship that would take him home. He had to travel 200 miles without being caught to find the ship. It was then a matter of convincing the sailors to give him passage, both of which seemed only possible by miraculous intervention. And a miracle it was. Yet when they arrived ashore, a devastation had emptied the land before them, so that after 2 weeks, starvation again became a real threat. They asked if the Christian God had anything to say, and Patrick promised a feast. Bold as that may seem, a herd of wild pigs dashed over a cliff, careening to the ground before their feet, and the men were fed. Patrick joined a monastery and eventually became a priest. At this point, he had another dream. The Irishman in the dream had a letter from Ireland asking for the gospel. Could you forgive the people who enslaved you, who abused you? Patrick did. Ireland is still Christian 1,500 years later, and Patrick's bones are in Down Cathedral in County Down. It's not a made-up story. Patrick is a real person. And if we believe those who die in friendship with God are not truly dead but alive in heaven, and if we believe that Christ has finished his good work in them, that they are perfected in love, we can with confidence ask, St. Patrick, pray for us. Cheers. Walking away from the Saints' Bar, a question rings in the air. How do we celebrate St. Patrick? Is he best celebrated in a pint tainted green and debaucherous festivities? Or is he best celebrated with pork or Kilcannon? Or is he celebrated by supporting missions and modern abolition efforts? Like and subscribe to explore more feasts and fasts at the